Welcome to the Bank Card 101 series. Today we're going to be talking about Total Merchant Services products and some of the different services we have available for you to pull out of your toolbox. So we're going to talk about the different terminal options we have, both tabletop and wireless. Then we'll move into the payment gateways we have available for you. Then we'll talk about the mobile devices. So those are the ones that would compare or compete with the Square products. So we'll talk about the payment jack and our Groovv Swiper. Then we'll talk about what happens if you run into someone with a point-of-sale solution and you don't know if it integrates with the global platform or with Total Merchant Services. We'll show you the proper steps to find out. Then we'll go into Groovv Offers and how you can present that. We'll talk about cash on demand, checks on demand, gift cards on demand, and then where you can all search to find out greater details. And really the bottom line to this program today is think about this. The more products or services you deliver, the less likely a merchant will leave. So if you just have credit card processing and someone comes in behind you, they might win that business away from you if they bring more value or better pricing to the table. Whereas if you have 2 or 3 products on the shelf with these merchants, they're much less likely to ever leave you. So let's get into the first heading. Let's talk about the terminal placements. So we have 2 in the Ingenico family. We have the ICP220, that's our countertop terminal, and that is a dual-com terminal. So that can connect through a phone line or an Ethernet or internet connection. And then we also have the IWL250, that is the Ingenico wireless version. So that's going to work much like a cell phone does. It has a SIM card, and there's a fee involved with that wireless connectivity. But that's going to be what you're going to place for those merchants that are on the go, such as a limo driver, tow truck driver, maybe someone who does trade shows, conventions, farmers markets, construction workers, things like that. We've recently reintroduced the VX520, the Verifone. So we've had many of you request this, so we brought it back to the table. And so this is our latest and greatest EMV compliant terminal. So we have the Verifone available for you today as well. These are currently in stock, so you can start placing these right away. Internet gateways. Many of you have been working with Authorize.net for years. We have some very competitive pricing on that. There is no setup fee. The retail swipe is $5 a month for Authorize.net. And we also provide 250 free transactions and then 5 cents transaction thereafter. We've also recently sealed an agreement with USA ePay, another payment gateway, which you can use as a standalone, but also USA ePay is going to be an entryway into other point-of-sale solutions and softwares and things like that. So between these 2 payment gateways, we're going to give you plenty of opportunities to integrate with many different types of merchants. Some of them are point-of-sale. We have our e-commerce or internet merchants. We have, it'll integrate with online shopping carts. And then if anybody wants software, they can take those transactions over the phone. So that's where Moto or mail order, telephone order transactions can take place. We can also provide you with a retail USB card reader. So let's say you have a small office and they want to run software off their laptop. We can provide them with a USB reader, plugs right into their laptop. They can swipe a card, get card present transaction rates, so their interchange rates will be much, much better. So we have these 2 internet gateway solutions to support you in that area. Let's go into the mobile solutions. So oftentimes you're running around and you might find a micro merchant or a merchant doing very little, whether it's very little in volume in a month or very few transactions in a month. So they may be sensitive to their overall costs, because of that fact that they're doing very few transactions or very low volume. So we have a couple different solutions. We have our Groovv Swiper, and then we have Payment Jack. Neither one of these are quite EMV compliant yet, so these would be delivered as is. Now, Groovv Swiper, what's the difference between Payment Jack and the Groovv Swiper? Well, as you know from our Groovv systems, you can add inventory, you can run reports, you can create departments, you can create items. So if you choose to provide Groovv Offers or Groovv Swiper, that would work on a Droid type device. So it's got to be a Droid phone or a Droid tablet. And once again, it's going to give them greater detail on inventory items, departments. They can customize all of that. What if someone has an Apple product, a tablet, or an Apple phone? Well, then you would recommend Payment Jack. It's going to have a little less features and functionality than the Groovv Swiper, but yet it's a great product for, once again, those small merchants that might have either a Droid or an Apple product. Then you would place the Payment Jack. And Payment Jack should be coming out with an EMV product soon. So as soon as they launch that dongle with the EMV capabilities, we will surely let you guys know. Let's move in now to point of sale. So as we all know, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of different softwares, point of sale devices, restaurant type systems, things like that. So you might say, well, I don't know if I can sign that or not. Well, what you'd want to do is you'd want to call our partner support at 888-848-6825, extension 9407. And some of the information you need to provide for them is what's the name of it and what's the version number. So if you just give us the name, that doesn't mean we can necessarily work with it, because older versions of certain point-of-sale systems or software may not be PCI compliant. So that's why we really need you to get the version number as well. So if you're signing up a restaurant that has a micro system, Squirrel, Aloha, things like that, you can call partner support, give them the information, hey, it's Micros version, XYZ, and they'll be able to tell you, yes, in fact, we can integrate with us, what platform it'll work on, or we might have a system to where we can integrate with it, but it might take a third-party gateway, such as an authorized.net, a USA ePay, a PC charge, something like that. So if it's something that you're not sure of, don't hesitate to call. We'd be happy to help you out. We have our Tier 2 support group that is constantly upgrading an internal program to where we always know up to the minute on what systems we can integrate with and which ones we can't. Then, of course, we have Groovv Offers. This is one of the tools I think is one of our strong suits, big differentiator between us and some of the other providers out there. Once again, what is Groovv Offers? Well, it's an online marketing tool. In just about 5 minutes a week, your merchants can create compelling offers or announcements to get their customer base to come back and visit them more often. So they have about 8 different options. It could be a percentage off, dollars off. It could be buy one, get one free. It could just be information. Hey, we have a new chef in town. We want to introduce him to you. Or we have a new service, or we have a new menu item. Come check it out. So it could be a value-based offer, or it could just be an informational-based offer. Once again, it gives your merchants a wonderful opportunity to keep in touch with your customer base to make sure that they remain top of mind with their customers. Now, Groovv Offers is a product that we own, so you can actually offer it at no cost to your merchants, or you can charge up to $29.95 a month for it, and it turns into a revenue stream for you. And when we bought the company, the Wizard, or the Groovv Offer program that we offer today, it was being sold at $150 a month, or $1,800 a year. So when you're out presenting Groovv Offers, you can tell the merchants, hey, what I'm offering you today is valued at $150 a month, or $1,800 a year, and I'm going to give it to you at no cost, being tied into our credit card processing program, or I'm going to give it to you at a very low cost of $29.95 or less, whatever you decide. We give you complete flexibility as our sales partners. And once again, Groovv Offers is going to help grow revenues of your merchants. So instead of just taking over their credit card processing and trying to negotiate on price, bring value to the table. Bring them some of these products that are going to expand their offerings, give them an opportunity to grow their revenues. And Groovv Offers does just that. Here's a snapshot of what some of the different screenshots might look like. So these are all what a Groovv Offer might look like being accepted through a cell phone. So you notice, completely customizable. Each merchant can put their logo or branding at the top. They can create the offer, and with the specialty, they can create a fuse, got to put an expiration date on it to try to get their customer base to move a little bit quicker. So we see Taco Tuesday, 50-cent tacos. You might be at the end of winter and you want to get rid of that winter inventory, so you can put 50% off. You can have an appetizer with a dinner purchase. Really, the sky is the limit. You have complete flexibility as far as what the merchants can do to attract their customers to come back more often. Now let's go ahead and move into some of our other on-demand products. We have different on-demands. We have cash on demand. So let's talk about that first. So a lot of small businesses today, especially with the tightening, small businesses are looking to get loans to grow their business. Well, sometimes the banks are a little bit tough on trying to give loans out, so we have cash on demand products. These are provided by Can Capital. So what sort of data do you need to know in order to get that? Well, you have to fill out a pre-qualification form, and you want to submit that. We want to get some credit card statements, and we want to make sure that the business has been around for a while. So some of the basic criteria can be found on this application check sheet. Now I'm going to show you at the end of the call, but I'll also tell you right now. You can find this check sheet on the Partner Resource Center, both on Amplify and the Groovv Partner Portal. So we want to make sure that that merchant has been around for at least 1 year. They need a proof of ownership. We want to make sure they're up to date with their tax returns. And we want to make sure if there's any sort of lease payments and things like that. And if there are they more than 2 months behind? So we want to make sure that they're going to be in reasonable financial standings in order to qualify for that. Notice down here at the bottom, there's some other criteria and documentations we would need to consider that cash loan, that cash on demand loan. And then we also have a dedicated department for you. You can call 888-527-3274, extension 9410, to get some additional information, or if you have some questions after speaking with one of your merchants, they can assist you with that. Let's look at our next on-demand product. We have checks on demand. Checks are a bit of a dying breed, but there are still some industries that are very heavy on accepting checks. The automobile industry, for one, is one that really stands out in my mind. If it's an auto repair shop or a down payment on a car, oftentimes they take checks. So we have a couple different checks. We have check conversion, and we also have a check guarantee program. And the pricing will vary based on the average ticket, the business type. So if you have questions on that, you can call in. Now keep in mind there's a monthly service fee attached to it of $10, monthly minimum of $15 worth of fees from the checks on demand. So if you have a business that's only going to do 1 or 2 checks a month, it might not be financially smart for them to take it on. But if it's a big check and they're risking thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars, then it might be worth their while. So you want to ask a few questions, find out what sort of volume they're doing, how many checks they typically run. Do they want to just convert that check, or do they want to guarantee that check? Because that will have an effect on what rates they pay. You also see a batch deposit. We charge a 25-cent daily batch fee when they batch out. So then you have your requested check limit, you have monthly check sales, and average checks. So much like credit card processing, but this is more for the checks. Some businesses still would love to accept checks, so this is a great tool for those scenarios. Let's take a look at our gift card program. We have not only the Groovv Offers for the marketing tool, but we also have gift cards as well. So here is a scaled down version of the gift card application in the form. So if your customers want to create custom gift cards, they can. And you see here the price goes down based on how many custom cards they order. So if they're just getting 250 cards, they're about 60 cents a piece. Jump up to 2,000, they jump to about 29 cents a piece. They get 100,000 cards, they're only 14 cents a piece. So based on the size of your merchant, we can scale down their cost of cards based on how many they're ordering. Obviously, the bigger the order, the less it is to produce in those max quantities. If you have any questions, here's an email address, giftcardgroup@merchantserviceshq. So you can ask them for questions, but that's also where you would send the digital artwork. Now in regards to the artwork, you can see down here some of the criteria that is expected. We want to make sure it's a good quality, high resolution, because that's going to go right on that card. So here's the criteria you're going to need for that. 300 DPI at 100% and 1200 DPI for bitmap files. And then here's some of the other information you need. You want to fax the application into 888-300-9416. Or if you have any questions, you can call our gift card group directly at 866-868-2777, extension 9405, and they will help you put together this package, this program for gift cards. Now, oftentimes the merchants are very, very excited about getting gift cards into their shops towards the holidays, towards November, December. So keep in mind, if they're going through a customized order and they're ordering quantities, sometimes that could take 4 or 5, even 6 weeks to deliver. So you want to kind of keep this top of mind, that you want to have all of your orders in by about October 1st, or the first few days of October, to make sure that these gift cards, especially customizable ones, are delivered in time for them to use and sell and load for the holidays. Where can you go to find all this information that I've gone over here in the last 20 minutes or so? Well, you can go to the Groovv Partner Portal under the Resource Center, and you can click on that, and then there's a search button at the top. There's a search area, and you could type in Cash on Demand, Groovv Offers. Over on the right-hand side, there's other categories where you can find out training videos, PowerPoints, frequently asked questions from any of the different products and services that we offer. If you have not yet moved over to our Groovv Partner Portal, you can go to the Resource Center on Amplify and find much of that same information. So there you have it, folks. That is our presentation for today. I'm going to go ahead and open up the chat box. So if you do have any questions, you can go ahead and type those into the chat box, and I'll be able to answer them to the best of my ability.